This is the bonus lesson for level 6, double stick Hubud. So this is close quarters combat with 2 sticks. I'm going to open with a puño or butt strike towards Tan's head, and he's going to block it with the strong part of his stick. That's the part near his hand. He doesn't want to block with the weak part of the stick up here near the end. He needs to be on the bottom half. So he blocks, and if I strike hard there, I'm going to end up eating all of that energy, and it doesn't collapse into Tan's head. If he blocks with the weaker part of the stick, my hand will go right through it. So he blocks almost as though he's punching my attack. Wham! That's really strong. I don't want to hit any harder than that. And now he's going to parry with the other stick, and then he checks right here. So I block with the strong part. I'm going to parry with the butt, hooking here, and then I can use the stick against his tricep above the elbow to hold his arm for a second, giving me the advantage. So now I strike, Tan blocks, parries, and checks. Block, parry, check. Block, parry, check. 1, 2, 3. Keep your tips up. If I let this tip go down, it starts to tie up. And you might get tied up. Oh, right here, see, so I'm tied up and I can't really pass very easily. Now, so when that happens, I need to withdraw this stick and get it out of the way, and then check and keep moving on. Now, this is just for sensitivity on the inside. I could block with the forte here, or I could also block with my wrist, much the way I would in empty hand Hubud. I come around, boom. So I can block now with the stick. I can block with my wrist. And when I check, I can check with my wrist, or, good, I can check with my stick. And again, use the forte, use the strong part down near your hand. Now, just moving your opponent's stick off the line is good, because I could parry him and then I could attack with some sinawalis, filling that gap. But we also want to be able to lock. So when I do my number 1 here and I block, boom, I can come underneath quickly with the butt and I pull his elbow in, trying to keep a 90 degree at the elbow, and you see Tan comes up onto his toes. Don't go any farther than that. That's okay. You've got the lock. If I needed to, I would strip it. I'll move slow, push down against his hand, and knock that stick out of his grip. So, as I check, as I come over, I keep this tip up. I check right on his tricep. Come in, Tan blocks with the forte. Now I block with my wrist. As I come over, I hand it to myself, and again, I block, hooking with the wrist. So there's different ways that you can do it. Keep the sticks up, the tips up. Be careful not to poke your partner in the face here. Keep your tip up high so that you can parry those sticks. Now, of course, combat, yeah, jam them in the face. Bam, right there, that's a good strike. This is a good strike. Those are all great. But for practice, let's try to take it easy. So I've got my first block, I hook here, and I pull it in, and I can strip it from his grip. 1, 2, 3. Now my second lock is the arm bar, and I move on 2 now. So I go 1, 2, I slide up to his wrist, and on 3, I press against his elbow, and if I just push now, I'm pushing into his feet. It's not going to go very well. Stand up and be strong, Tan. Yeah, he'll be able to resist. But if I open the door, I move this foot back, and I pull him. I lead with his arm. Tan starts to lose control. I start to put him back on his knee there, and he'll start to get some strength. I want to be pulling him out towards the camera. Okay, let's try that one again, Tan. Tan strikes. I block in, I slide down, and I go for my arm lock. And you notice here I'm using my forearm against his upper arm. I'm pulling in here against his wrist, and I'm pressing against his upper arm. I could drop him all the way down to his face probably. He disarms, that's okay. Let your partner rearm, come right back into double stick Hubud. Tan's going to go for the arm bar on me this time. He goes 1, he slides down, he switches,
Now he's using, keep going, he's using that stick against my arm and he's pressing it down. And if he just brings the tip towards the ground a little bit more, this tip right here, oh yeah, there you go. It's all the strength he's going to need. You could pull up right there on the stick, pull it right out of my grip. Double stick, Hubud, with the A-frame, whoa, right there. Or with the arm bar, right there. All right, practice your double stick Hubud so that you have sensitivity when fighting with two sticks on the inside. Oh, don't forget you can kick. Oh.
Your homework for lesson 6.6 is to practice double stick Hubud, adding in the A-frame lock and the arm bar. As you practice double stick Hubud, remember, the initial block could be made with either the forte, strong part of your stick, or your arm. Likewise, you could also check with either your stick or hook with your forearm. And when it comes to practicing arm locks, be very careful and move slowly to protect your partner's joints.